Good morning. Welcome to this week's episode of Elevate Your Coaching Business. We're going to have a look at how do you go all in, even if even if you feel scared or you're confused, because let's face it, where do we often start? We often start in confusion because we're trying to figure out what is it that we're going to do? What's the next step you want to take? Who do you trust? Where do you get support? What is the right move? Like, if you think about the things that you say to yourself, it's like, I don't know what the right thing to do is. I don't know what I should do next, which is sitting in confusion. And like, if you're feeling afraid, so as in like, when that confusion kicks in, it normally comes back to you not trusting yourself and you're not listening and being guided by where you want to go. So today I want to give you some really, really simple things that will support you going all in, even if you're sitting in feeling afraid, wondering if it's going to happen, or if you're just downright confused. So for those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Joanne O'Halloran. I'm a business mentor and I support coaches to multiply their clients, their income, and it starts with multiplying your leads. When you don't have leads, you're not going to have a business to run, but it's very easy to get caught up in, the aesthetics of social media or, like even how you're looking. Because I remember that was how it went for me. It was like, all this stuff needs to be perfect. And then I'll do this because then I'll feel good enough. Then I'll feel confident. Then I'll feel ready. But that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I think one of the biggest lessons I learned about confidence is, and I actually shared this with a client I had yesterday, is that confidence, yes, we're born with confidence, but then we lose it along the way, right? We lose it through circumstances, through things that have been said to us, through experiences that we've had, that we start to doubt certain things and we create this persona around ourselves, whether it's we need to know all the detail, or, we need to have this huge personality to compensate for it, or we have to fully be in control and not let anybody in or tell anybody what's going on until it's perfect. And then we'll consider letting people in. So all of this like hampers our confidence. But here's the thing with confidence. Think about anything that you currently feel confident about, right? Because I'm going to get you to apply this to your business. So think about anything that you currently feel confident about. And if you're like, there's nothing I feel confident about, I'm not a confident person. Let me give you something really simple. Like, are you confident that you know how to turn on the shower, have your shower, to wash your body, to get out and to dry yourself again? You're going to say, yeah, right? The same way, are you confident of how to turn on your alarm to be able to get up? You're going to say, yeah, right? So there's certain things that you are confident in. Why are you confident in them? Because you now know how to do them. And this is what I want you to think about when it comes to your business. If you don't know how to do something, how can you feel confident in the doing part? You can't, because you don't know. You haven't done it before. You have no idea whether or not it's going to work. Like, none of us know whether or not something is going to work. But what we can do is be courageous and know that if other people have done it, I can do it too. If I'm passionate about it, and if I know, like in my heart and soul, I know that what I do makes a difference to people's lives, then we can be courageous in delivering it. Confidence, like I did this too, right? This is how I know that this exists, right? And it's the same thing with my clients when they come in. You may be confident about your services, but then you like create this blanket piece where confidence then is all about social media, technology, emails, speaking to people, DMs. Like, there's all this additional stuff that you add on, and then you decide that you're not confident. You've got to start at the very beginning, right? Every day you've got to start at the very beginning and ask yourself, what is it that you're here to do? Like, forget about everything else. What is your vision? So when I say vision, what I mean is, like, there's a reason you wanted to start your business. There was an impact you wanted to make in the world. That's your vision. Your vision will grow, but where it is right now is perfect. So why did you start your business? And like, I know some people are going to say it was to make money. No, it's not, because nobody is going to go through learning how to do something, figuring out how it works within their own life just to make money, right? It's highly unlikely, particularly if you're a coach, right? That's highly unlikely, because we've got to turn ourselves upside down, inside out, for whatever journey we're going on to be able to make it happen, right? So like, every morning you get to start with, what is my vision? What is that one thing? What is the reason why I'm doing this? And then ask yourself, am I confident that I know that what I do creates that? The answer is always going to be yes, because you wouldn't have started your business otherwise. So there's your first level of confidence. So it doesn't matter if you feel scared about everything else. It doesn't matter if you're confused about everything else. You have your first level of confidence. Think of it like your stepping stones. So that's the first level. Now, from here is where you get to make decisions. Business will always feel scary when you're sitting in that I'm scared piece. But if you can reframe it, and like it's a decision, it's completely a decision to reframe it, to say, even though I feel scared, I am committed to bringing this service to the people that need it. It's a very simple statement. Even though I feel scared, I'm committed to bringing this service to the people that need it. And why are you doing that? Because you're confident that what you do creates the transformation that people want. So you get to get connected with that. Not expect the confidence to come first, because it won't. You will only get confident at all those other businessy things after you learn how to do them. But you've got to start with being confident in the service that you provide. And if you're not, then that's where you get to go, and you get to ask yourself why. Like that's not a cycle that you want to be in. So like if you're at that first point and you're like, I'm not confident in the service that I deliver, that I don't know the results it's going to get because I haven't achieved them myself, like as in I haven't done it, nor has anybody else done it, then that's something that you get to go work on separately. That's not the same thing. But we're talking about if you're fully in what you're doing and you know that it creates the results because you've experienced it yourself. Amazing. Like so amazing. There's 3 questions that I get all of my clients to ask themselves every day, and I get them to do it because I do it. So I would never ask my clients to do something that I'm not doing or that I haven't tested or that hasn't worked, because that would be out of integrity for me, because I need to know that this stuff actually works and see where like different nuances come up and, you know, where you get to go with things. So 3 questions that are non-negotiable is, the first one is, what am I committed to today? So today specifically, what am I committed to? You do not need to be looking at the end result, right? You need to keep your eyes on the prize. But like, if you're just starting out, don't be like, okay, you know, how am I going to get to my $1 million by the end of the year? That's not where you get to go. You get to go, what am I committed to today? So whose life are you going to make a difference in today? Pick one person. If you have been in business for a while, pick 5 people. Who am I going to make a difference to today? Whose life? And when I say whose life, I'm talking about from your business point of view. Who are you going to make a difference in today? So what are you committed to? And then these next 2 ones are so important, is what do I need support with to make it happen? So if you're brand new, questions that might come up for you are, well, I don't know where to find people. I don't know how to reach out to people. I don't know how to get people to interact. I don't know how to get people to respond. I don't know, maybe you don't even know who, like your full ideal client avatar. Great. They're great questions, right? So know that, be able to say that this is what I don't know. Then ask yourself, who do I need support from to make it happen? Who specifically do you need support from to make it happen? So if you don't know who your ideal client is, like you don't know what the avatar is, who can support you doing that? And then go ask them. If it's a case that you don't know where to find like leads from, who can support you with that? And then go ask them. Sitting in it and trying to figure it out yourself is not going to support you moving forward. And I was sharing this with a client as well yesterday, because the same things tend to come up for people. So it's usually, I'm embarrassed for where I'm at. I should have been able to figure it out myself, or I'm currently in debt and I don't have the money to invest, right? There's one of those 3 things are like usually the most common things that I hear. And when it comes to being embarrassed for where you're at, that's your ego trying to keep you where you are, because we can't know what we don't know. That's just not possible. Like this whole mindset thing, and it's been drummed into us, particularly as women, with this whole independent woman bullshit stuff, where, you know, we're meant to figure it out by ourselves and we're weak if we ask for help. Like, we need to stop that right now. Like, if you want to get ahead with what you're doing, then you've got to go to somebody who knows how to do this and then learn from them. Like, the thing with being a business owner is you've got to be a leader and a follower. So what that means is that in order to follow, you've got to be able to ask for support and soak up and learn from somebody who's already done it, so that then you can go do it too. You don't need to do it by yourself. You cannot figure it out on your own, because like, even if you go to like stuff that's on YouTube, or, you know, you look at stuff on Instagram or TikTok, or, you know, you download freebies, there's phenomenal stuff there, but it's only a small portion. And when it comes to business, there's no cookie cutter thing. Like, there's just no cookie cutter, because everybody, like, your personality is one way and your unique stand. So no matter what you do, like, there's multiple business mentors out there, right? So it's not like I'm unique in what I do, but my approach to it is unique. Nobody will approach it the same way I do, the same way nobody will approach it the same way you do. So your approach is unique. Plus, the niche that you support is also unique, and your voice speaking to them is unique. So the cookie cutter thing, it doesn't work. There's certain strategy, like the strategy that, like the overarching strategies work, but then you've got to tweak and mold them to fit your niche, right? So you can't know what you don't know. So that's why when you take the stuff that's online, which is amazing, like there's some amazing stuff on there, and then you try to apply it without having the support of knowing where to tweak it, it's like the Frankenstein approach, right? It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Fingers crossed, let's hope for the best. And if you've done that, add it to. Most people do it, right? Most people do it. And we get to learn from that, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you can't know what you don't know. And your confusion will continue the more you pull at that, because then you'll start to get overwhelmed, because you're trying lots of different things and not getting any results, because results come from consistency with the one thing, and tweaking it. So not changing it, but tweaking it. And when I say tweaking, I mean, like, I'll give you an example. With a client of mine, on her landing page, we literally like changed the color of the words. That's it. And it made all the difference in the world. With another client, we changed the format of where of the order in which her links went. Made all the difference. Like, sometimes there's just these small little things, but you don't know what you don't know, which is why you need support. But I mean, look, if you're feeling scared, everybody feels scared. Well, you've got to connect with why you're doing this in the first place, because that's what will drive you forward. If you think that anyone out there successful has never been scared, they have. And if they're not saying it, they're not being honest. Everybody gets scared. Of course you do, because you're going to be moving beyond what you know. You can't see or predict, like, you can't predict what's going to happen. But what you can do is trust yourself that you are going to know what you need support with. Like, you, as in, I don't know what I don't know. Here's what I don't know. And then who can support me to do it? Not can I do it, because of course you can. But again, will you do it? That depends on your decision making. If your decision making is to hold back, then you won't. If your decision making is to wait, then you won't. If your decision making is to only operate from what you can currently see and what you currently physically have, then you won't. Then you won't. Like, the one thing that is really important to shift in mindset when it comes to business is your ability to invest. And this is like not just money, but time. The postman here. This is how I know when the postman is here. The dog lets me know. Very kind. But when you're making decisions, it cannot be from what you can currently see, you can currently feel, like you can currently touch. It has got to be from where you want to be, like from the far end, where you want to be. And the way to know whether or not it's a sound investment is, well, have other people made this investment and has it worked for them? Yes or no? Am I going to do the work that it takes to multiply and get the return on my investment? That's a key one that most people won't do, because they want to ask themselves that question, not that they won't do it. But like, if you're, for example, if you were going to invest in a program or a mentor or a consultant to support you multiplying your business or creating whatever it is that you wanted, you can't see what the end result is going to be. But you got to ask yourself, do I trust myself that I will do exactly what they tell me to do to make it happen? If the answer to that is yes, then there's no reason for you to not invest. If your answer is no, then that's the work that you get to do. That's the internal work. There's a dog saying hi to the postman. So connect with yourself and ask yourself, where have I not been willing to go up until now and been using the reasons that I feel scared or that I'm confused, rather than taking it step by step and layer by layer. You will continue to not know what you don't know unless you ask somebody. So 3 questions. What am I committed to? So whose life am I going to impact today? What do I need support with to make it happen? And then who do I need support from to make it happen? Any question outside of that, like the how I'm going to do it, that's not the question to ask. Because you have to remember, from a psychological point of view, it's who you get to be in order to do so you can have. If you're focused on the doing and not focused on the being, you will never have it. You will never have it, because you're not going to be willing to shift your mindset so that you can have it. Your mind is driving everything. Your conscious mind is what you can see, but your subconscious is what's driving everything. So if you're going to only be ever focused on the doing, you're going to miss out on big chunks of it. So right now, if there's something stopping you from propelling yourself forward, it's a mindset shift you get to make. So what decision can you make today that will support you moving forward? And the longer you hold off on making that decision, the longer the problem is going to exist. So trust yourself. You started your business for a reason. There was a very clear reason why you started your business. Like a really clear reason. Trust yourself and go all in and get the support you need. Like, you deserve it. You deserve to get the support that you need. So time to go all in. Let's do it, ladies. Go all in. We'll talk to you soon.